Welcome back to the channel, folks. I am Matt. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we are going to check out the Aegis Hero by Geekvape. This is a tiny little IP67 rated, waterproof, shockproof, dustproof little pod mod AIO thingy-majigger. Let's go ahead and dive into it. This is just sample packaging, so disregard. So inside you will of course have your device, some warranty info, and a user manual, 2 coil heads, and then this little baggie that has a second drip tip and one of these pry tools for the coils, and then a micro USB cable. Okay, so here is the device. Built-in 1200 milliamp hour battery, and it looks like a little tiny Aegis, right? You got this rubberized coating here, then some zinc alloy, and then this leather section that we see on all the different Aegis devices. It's got a little padding to it. On the bottom there, you got a little Geekvape logo and nothing else. On that side, it says Aegis, and you have your charge port down here. And obviously, if you want this to be waterproof, shockproof, dustproof, you got to plug that back up when you're done using it. On this side, you have a fire button and your controls. And the fire button feels like an Aegis fire button, one of those really tight clicks. Up, down button, little screen right there. On that side says Aegis, and then this little design, not sure, if that's an S, a 5, or what the heck that is exactly. Just a design, I don't know. I guess they felt like they needed something because you had the charge port on this side. And then up top here is your pod, held in by a magnet. Big old magnet right there, and 2 contacts. This pod does hold 4 mLs of liquid. The airflow gets in from the top there, then travels down a little tube and over to your coil. Then you got a fill port right there. Like I said, 4 mLs of liquid. And the first coil you get is the G-Boost Mesh Tech, and that is like a diamond pattern mesh inside there. This one is 0.6 ohms, Canthal, 15 to 25 watts. And notice the airflow gets in above that O-ring, so the airflow comes in high, travels down, then goes into the hole there and back up your coil. And the other coil you get is the GV Boost coil. All right, also a diamond style mesh, and this one is 0.4 ohms, rated for 25 to 33 watts. So we are going to install this one right here. Put a little bit of liquid in from the top. And then you want to line your flat sides up on the coil with those 2 flat sides. Push it in like so. It's a tight fit. There we are. And now let's go to fill it. Good size fill port. When done, just close that back up like so. And there we are. Now let's put our pod in. Sometimes it gets stuck a little bit right there, I've noticed. You got to go like that, and then it clicks into place, and there's no movement whatsoever. And then at that point, you could, of course, adjust your airflow. You got airflow right there and airflow right there. And this drip tip up top here is a 510 tip, so you could use your own. And they also give you this second Delrin tip that's a little bit more narrow. And then, of course, remember, this little pry tool here that you get is if you need help getting the coil out, you can pry it up. Most of the time, I don't need it, though. Now, let's turn the device on. 5 clicks. It's a tiny little screen. We'll say new coil. And there is your home screen. So on that home screen, it shows your ohm load, your battery bar, a puff counter, your wattage. It goes in 0.5 watt increments, so you got 10.0. And that's pretty much it. Now, this does scroll in 0.5 watt increments, like I said, all the way up to 45 watts, round robins to 5 watts. If you want to lock these controls here, you press the up and down button together. Now it's locked, but you can still vape it, and it says vaping when you press the button. Press the fire button and down button. You'll see the puffs get highlighted, and then you could clear your puffs. And then, of course, to turn it off, 5 clicks. Tiny little screen. I'm wondering if they couldn't do anything bigger just because of the battery in here, because it's a small device for having a little chip in it and a 1200 milliamp hour battery, and